You're welcome to News Now on IBrandTV. I am Margaret Opara. President Muhammadu Buhari on Thursday presided over the National Security Council meeting at the council chambers of the State House, Abuja. In attendance are Vice President Yemi Oshibajo, Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa, the Chief of Staff to the President, Professor Ibrahim Gambari, and the National Security Advisor, Major General Babagana Mugono, retired. Others include Chief of Defense Staff General Loki Rabo, Chief of Army Staff Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, Chief of the Naval Staff Vice Admiral Awa Gambo, and the Chief of Air Staff Air Marshal Isiaka Amao are also in attendance. Also in attendance are the Inspector General of Police Alkali Usman, the Director General of the Department of State Service Yusuf Bichi, and the National Director General of the National Intelligence Agency, Ahmed Abubakar. President Muhammadu Buhari has pledged its full support and unwavering support to former Lagos State Governor Asiwaju Bola Tinubu as the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, APC. President Buhari, who congratulated Tinubu for securing victory at the special presidential convention and primary, stressed the need for all members and leaders of the party to leave behind the hostilities that came with primaries and unite for victory. In a statement last night by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Malam Garba Shehu, the president noted that by working together as a united team behind the flag bearer, APC would be able to stabilize to provide the platform on which progressives could deliver desired goods to Nigerians. The president urged party members to unite and stay behind the candidate to achieve victory at the 2023 elections so that our government will continue to secure communities, grow the economy, and continue to fight against corruption. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari will address the nation via a live broadcast at 7 a.m. on Sunday. Minister of Information Laya Mohammed disclosed this during the Thursday morning briefing at the Radio House in Abuja, where he detailed activities to mark this year's celebration. He said the broadcast will be centered on the celebration of Democracy Day on June 12, 2022. The minister listed some of the activities lined up for the democracy celebration, including a public lecture at the National Mosque on Friday and Jamaat prayers on the same date and venue. According to him, this will be followed by the president's address to a church service at the National Christian Center at 3 p.m. on Sunday. There will also be a Democracy Day parade at the Eagle Square in Abuja on Monday morning. Away from that, DUMEBI KACHIKWU has been declared the presidential candidate of the African Democratic Congress, ADC, following the presidential primary held in Abeokuta, the Ogun State capital, on Wednesday. The chairman of the Electoral Committee, General Ekundayo Opaleye, announced the results, noting that DUMEBI polled 978 votes to emerge victorious over a former deputy governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Professor KINGSLEY MOGHALU, who polled 589 votes. Chukwuka Monie scored 339 votes, while Princess Chichi Ojeyi got 72. A further breakdown shows that Evangelist Ebite Ndog Jegede polled 5 votes and Lady Angela Johnson finished with 1 vote. While giving his acceptance speech, the presidential candidate promised purposeful leadership to rescue the country from the current challenges facing it, just as he extended the hand of fellowship to other contestants. The crisis-rocking Labour Party appears to be festering as a faction of the party led by Mr. Calixtus Okafor has held its national convention to elect Ambassador Jude EZENWAFOR as its presidential flag-bearer. In his acceptance speech, the presidential candidate of the Okafor-led faction pledged to rescue Nigeria. With a deadline set by the Independent National Electoral Commission for the elections of presidential candidates looming, the Labour Party appears divided on who will be the party's flag-bearer. Mr. Peter Obi is the candidate of the INEC-recognized Julius Abure-led faction. And still in politics, stakeholders are advocating for the participation of more youth in the 2023 general election in order to influence the electoral process positively. IBrandTV senior reporter KAJURU has the rest of the story.
The respondents who are advocating for youth participation in the forthcoming elections said while the political godfathers are making plans to enthrow themselves into office, the youths should be ready with their PVCs to unseat them and vote their preferred candidates into power.
Youth participation in electoral process is long overdue. It's time for the next generation to start taking the initiative and taking the front place when it comes to the destiny of Nigeria. We cannot just sit at the sidelines and watch things happen. It's time for us as youths to start making things happen and deciding what happens next in Nigeria.
Young people make up the vast number of the population of Nigeria. So I think young people the youth of Nigeria have everything, to be a major player and a major decider of who governs us or who becomes our president in Nigeria. So yes, I think the youth has a very high stake in the forthcoming election.
The youth, we are the hub of the electoral system, but some way we have been robbed of our rights. Without the youth, nothing can be done in politics. I believe it is time we come out and think for the future.
The respondent also advised the youths not to sit on the fence at a time like this when decisions of who becomes the leaders of the nation is made.
I think that first things first is that everybody needs to have their PVC. Because if you don't have the PVC, we can't win the election. Young people are more vocal on social media, but we can't win this election on social media. We have to go to the polling booth, and to go to the polling booth, you need a PVC. So the first things young people need to do is that everybody needs to go to their polling centers and begin to register.
I think the youth should be actively involved in the election. Right now, I believe the youth should come together, should think, and not allow ourselves to be so. We should not sell ourselves to the leaders. We should come out because we are the leaders and speak for ourselves.
As the 2023 general elections draw near, many young people are hopeful that the negative narrative of election violence perpetrated by youths in previous elections will be a thing of the past. IGBA reporting for IBrandTV News.
Now, no fewer than 32 people have been reportedly killed by bandits in separate attacks on 4 communities within KAJURU local government area of Kaduna State. The affected communities are Ugunwagamu, Dogonoma, Ugunwasaki, and Maikori. The district head of Kufena, Titus Dauda, confirmed that the attacks occurred on Sunday and that 32 people lost their lives while a church and several houses were destroyed in the process. He added that the bandits in their large numbers first attacked Dogonoma in the early hours of Sunday morning and killed several people, mostly men, before proceeding to Ugwagamu and Maikori villages where they also killed people and burned down houses. The district head further disclosed that the victims have been laid to rest while the affected communities have been deserted by the residents due to fear of being attacked. Similarly, 4 persons, including tea sellers and a commercial driver, and roadside traders have been shot dead by gunmen operating on motorcycles. The killing occurred around SABO and IGBA area of ONDO town. An eyewitness claimed it was some cultists that attacked a rival cult group. Another source said the mission of the gunmen was unknown. As the shots, it was gathered that the commercial driver that stopped to eat in the area was shot dead. ONDO police spokesman SP Fumilayo Odulami said she would issue a statement after getting proper briefs. Now, moving further, the death toll in the attack of the St. Francis Catholic Church in Owo, Ondo State, has risen to 40, and 26 survivors discharged from hospitals days after the incident. The governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, made a disclosure when he hosted a team of Catholic bishops from the southwest, led by Most Reverend Leke Adigbori on Wednesday. A statement issued by the governor's chief press secretary, Richard Olatunde, quoted Akeredolu as saying that the medical team led by the Commissioner for Health has sent a figure and it is slightly different. According to the governor, the figure now shows that 127 persons were involved and that the number of deaths and now is 40. 61 on admission receiving treatment, 26 discharged. He also disclosed that the government is accepting donations from individuals and groups who want to help the families of the victim. Governor Akeredolu explained that the move became important following a series of calls from several quarters. Now, the Edo State government has suspended the Academic Staff Union of Universities and other unions across all state-owned institutions of higher learning. This followed the strike by students of Ambrose Ali University, Ekpoma, over the lingering strike embarked upon by ASUU. A statement issued on Wednesday by the Secretary to the State Government, Osarodion Oge, said. Oge stated that the decision was reached after the State Executive Council meeting at the Government House in Benin City.